There is talk about SBMM being removed from the game. That is freaking huge. Holy crap. Can we just talk about the state of Warzone and the update we had yesterday? Honestly, a AAA game company just sent us an update with content that we're supposed to get that we didn't get, and the game that's absolutely broken. You can't get into a match. The only way I was able to get into a match was my teammates inviting me. One guy invited me, he had a console, and that's how I was able to get into a game. Once I'm able to get into a game, I can't get my loadout because I glitch out. Now, you all know this already. But what comes next? Now, overnight, they did tweet out that they had fixed the issues. I had a whole content planned over this thing. I had a video I really wanted to do, but I couldn't do it because the game was so absolutely freaking broken. So I'm going to rant instead. I said 2024 was supposed to be very positive in regards to Call of Duty. Yesterday kind of changed that for me a little bit because it's like they know that they have got to get their stuff together. Yet we released this broken update. So broken, in fact, that they even messed up the store. And you and I both know they didn't want that to happen. So what actually happened for it to get so bad that they actually break their money-making machine, which is the store for microtransactions? I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? Where are they going to go from here? And I say all this whenever we have the MTZ Interceptor, which has not been nerfed. We have shotguns that are out sniping snipers. What? Broken weapons all over the place. And we don't have proper one-shot snipers. On top of that, you'll notice in the patch notes that they even nerfed ammunition, the 50 cal rounds for the Cat AMR, which is the only one-shot sniper we have right now. What is that? I loved this game when it first came out. I love the movement. That's the one thing they're doing good, is they're moving in the direction, no pun intended, for movement to be more fluid. Great. But why are you giving us a busted game? Why are you putting handcuffs on snipers? It makes no freaking sense. What are we actually doing? We have broken weapons. We have cheaters in the lobbies. We have SBMM, which is cranked to like 10,000. We have broken updates. We have lack of content that was promised. I could actually get over all of that if we could have one-shot snipers. And I mean real one-shot snipers. None of this, use this ammo with this barrel to make it one shot. And even when it is one shot, the bullet velocity curve goes like this, like a freaking rainbow. I could get over everything else. I could forgive everything else if I simply had actual, real, non-jump through loophole one-shot snipers. It's a sniper. You get an elimination by shooting someone in the head. It's not that difficult. Let's talk about snipers. Have you guys noticed a significant increase, or are you annoyed when you get one-shot sniped? It's actually really crazy because I feel so good when I get one-shot sniped. If I'm the one on the receiving end of that round from the Cat AMR, I feel good about it because I know I can do the same if I get good enough, which I am. I have put in the time and effort and sacrificed my KD to get good with a sniper. Yet they still take snipers away. I don't know what they're doing, man. I don't know. I just remember back in Caldera, not back in Caldera, I remember back in Verdansk when I was on the receiving end of the snipers all the time, and I hated getting one-shot sniped, and it was so annoying. So I decided, you know what? I want to be that. I want to be that good. So I learn. I sacrifice my KD. I sacrifice my time, my mental, to get good with the Car 98. And once I did, chef's kiss. It was so much fun. Did I get upset when I got one-shot sniped? No. Good on them. It's called skill. I don't know, man. Now, I don't want this entire video to be all negative. So let's talk about some positive points. And we're going to start with the obvious, which is at least they brought back some sort of movement so we can actually slide cancel and get out of this weird walking in clay, Play-Doh, stuck in every animation that we could think of, and actually brought back some movement. Now, I will say it would be fantastic if we could actually get this freaking gas mask animation to just stop. Just stop. Just leave it on our face. How about that? Just leave the gas mask on our face. But I've already said the negative. I don't want to bring any more back into it. This is supposed to be the positive section of this video. Movement is much better than it was in Warzone 2. So great. Everyone's very happy about that. I think everyone at least. I know there are a few that kind of like the Warzone 2 movement, but to each their own. But I think the majority of everybody wants good movement, wants fluid movement, wants Warzone 1 movement. They gave us such a great thing in Warzone 1. So where are we going with this? Another positive thing is the cheaters are not as prominent, though it can be better. Another good point is the quality of life changes around the board. We do have way less crashes in the game. Overall, and I mean overall, weapon balancing is pretty well balanced, except for snipers, which I've already talked about. Other positive points are there is talk about SBMM being removed from the game. That is freaking huge because SBMM, as I've already said, currently in the state it is right now, is ridiculous. Absolutely cranked up to 150 billion. Yeah, that's how high it is. But they're thinking of bringing something else in, like age-based matchmaking. And by the way, if you're 30 or older, you're considered a senior in this new matchmaking system. So call me a senior. But basically, what they're gonna do, or what's rumored, I don't wanna say this is fact yet, but what they're talking about doing is like 16 to 20 is like adult, 13 to 16 is like kids, and then 30 and up is senior. And they wanna put each age group together. So no more of this 45-year-old playing a 16-year-old and getting absolutely cracked out by them. No, you have a certain age group that you're going to play with. How do you feel about that? I find it very interesting. I don't mind it, but we shall see what comes out of that. Again, these are only rumors. This is not factual, concrete information yet. So don't quote me on it, but I find it very interesting because they're not going to base it on ping or location. They're basing it on age. We'll see what comes out of that, if that actually happens. In any case, I do believe skill-based matchmaking is starting to get lowered. And I think that within itself is a huge W. With all that being said, one question remains. Have you ever seen another game developer have this many issues? Peace out.